Welcome to the Utah Football Fans Podcast. Please like, subscribe, and share. And as always, go Utes. Hello, everybody. Long time no see. We haven't seen all of you in a while, but welcome to the Utah Football Fans Podcast. We took a little break. We needed some time off, but we are back. We are so glad to have you here. Sorry we started a few minutes late. We're having some technical difficulties always. If you're here in the chat, say hi. We've missed some of your names. I was going to say missed your faces, but we don't really get to see your faces. We just get to see your names in the chat. We're talking to John, who's going to his first Mammoth game. You're going to go see the Avalanche, John. That's going to be
real nice.
That's a good game. But of course, that'll be after the Olympic break, which we will talk all about the Olympics. We're going to talk about some Mammoth. We're going to talk about all sorts of things in tonight's episode, but please make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you are following along on all of the social media. Again, we took some time off, took a little break for the off season, but we're going to start getting back into things. Things are going to ramp up here sooner than we know it. So make sure you're subscribed, you're following along, follow us on Twitter, on Instagram, and of course here on YouTube, and leave us a great review. We'd love to have the thumbs up and the reviews and all of the good things. All right. How's everybody feeling on a Tuesday night? Oh, I will say we do know Utah basketball is playing right now. We are aware of that, so I'm sure some of you will be catching this later after that game, but I don't know how great of a game it is. They're playing Houston, who's like second or third in the nation right now, so
we're getting blown out, aren't we?
Yeah, the last I checked.
I haven't looked at it. I haven't looked at the score.
It wasn't pretty, so
what are you gonna do?
I know. I haven't been to a game this year. I know, Gary, you went to one, but yeah. Oh, Stephanie's watching both of us. Stephanie, good multitasking there. I love that. Good for you.
What's the score, Stephanie?
What's the latest?
How bad are we going down?
What's on the agenda tonight, Gary? What are we going to talk about here?
All right. Yeah, let me just reiterate. It's good to see the names, people. It's always good to connect. And honestly, we truly appreciate your support. And particularly right now when the season's over, it's kind of a dead period as far as football now that the Super Bowl is over. But, Houston 52, Utah 31. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, who knows? But all right, let's get down to it. Let's go. Let's do it. Here's on the agenda. I mean, we will give just maybe a brief, belated thoughts on the championship game, because I don't think we've had a podcast since Indiana played Miami. So maybe we'll just say a few things about that, a couple things and about college football, then go into some Ute news. I don't think we'll go deep into like rosters and things like that. There's plenty of time for that when it's spring ball, but we'll talk some Ute news. Then, we're going to talk tonight hockey, specifically Mammoth, how things sit right now at this 3-week break in the NHL with the Olympics. And then we're going to talk men's Olympic hockey and maybe a couple other things within the Olympics. But that's the agenda. But let's start here because I'm curious. We just had the Super Bowl on Sunday. James, what's your impression, feel about that game? I mean, it's the biggest sporting event in the nation is the Super Bowl. Football's now ended. Your thoughts about that game?
I don't know. It's hard when you've got a 2-week buildup. I don't know. It was not the most entertaining game, I think is a nice way of putting it. But at the same time, I mean, it was a defensive game, right? Like, you don't, just because it wasn't 45-42 doesn't mean it wasn't a well-played football game. But hey, man, Seattle, they're good. Credit to Seattle. I think that they were by far the better team. I wasn't a buyer in the Patriots anyway, so the fact that they were there was kind of shocking. I would have much preferred if it had been, the Bills or even the Jaguars, somebody else besides the Patriots. I think my hatred for them started to come back out. But it was a little bit boring, honestly. The commercials were, I don't know what happened to commercials. I remember the commercials used to be like bigger than the game. You wouldn't go get food during commercials because you didn't want to miss something that was going to be funny. And this year it felt like everything was AI, it was fake, it wasn't even a real thing, or they're trying to tug at your heartstrings and make you feel sad and depressed for some weird reason. I think there was probably like 2 commercials that made me laugh the whole time. So I don't know. It was okay. It was long. Congrats to the Seahawks. I don't know what it's like to have a good NFL team. So congratulations to those fans.
Right. So what do you think? You agree with James on the game, Bryn?
Well, yeah, I think that was the most boring Super Bowl I've ever watched. I think if I wasn't a football fan, which a lot of people who watch the Super Bowl aren't necessarily football fans, I would have turned that thing off probably after halftime. I think a lot of people did because the halftime is still part of the spectacle and everything, but I think most people just turned it off. It was so boring. And I know that's happened in recent years where like the playoff games, you get really exciting games and then maybe a lackluster Super Bowl. I mean, that has happened, but this one especially, like no touchdowns for what, the entire first half, then leading
Patriots
into even
I don't get until the 3rd or 4th.
third quarter, like
quarter.
right. And so, yes, I mean, the defenses were impressive, but also like Seattle made it down to the red zone how many times and then they had to kick field goals multiple times. I don't know. It was boring. And it is sad.
It was sad a boring game.
Boring, and it's sad for football to end on that kind of note. Because
if it was any other Sunday games, you're just sitting down. What game should I watch? And you turn that game on a regular season game.
No,
you would have turned it over. So it was bad.
It felt like a Thursday night game is what it felt like.
Terrible.
It felt
like that is too bad.
Thursday night game.
But here's something. Let me just quickly tell me what you think. I mean, the NFL for me, I don't like necessarily the direction it's going with stuff. For instance, it felt like for me this time is that, well, it's been like this many times, but especially this time for a lot of reasons, things I'm not going to get into. But the halftime show and all of the hoopla about that and controversy about that seemed to me to take away actually from the game. People were talking more about halftime before, during, and after. The Pro Bowl is a joke in the NFL. The Pro Bowl is flag football now. And guys are on that team that it's ridiculous. And then they had an award show the week of the major awards of the league on the week of the Super Bowl. It's a big deal. And they made it into like this, I don't know, like the Grammys, like the Academy Awards. And then the presenters, think about it. Coach of the Year, Mike Vrabel, and the woman announcing it doesn't even pronounce his name right. Smith and Jigma messed around with his name as well. And as the offensive player of the year, I'm just saying all of this stuff that's going on with the NFL, I don't think it's great for the product. It doesn't attract me. It kind of turns me off. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that.
I mean, I said it during the game or after the game. I don't know, but it is frustrating how they've almost forgotten about like the core NFL fan, and they're pushing so hard, especially for the international fan. I mean, the games that it's almost every Sunday now. I'll turn on and there was a game played in Milan today. There was a game played in Dubai or whatever, London. It's like every single week now. It's in Mexico City. It's in Brazil. It's in London. It's in Paris or whatever it's going to be. And it's their desire to grow the game internationally to a level where it's like they've just said, hey, the normal fan's not going anywhere. So screw them. We're going to forget all about them. And we're just going to focus solely on expanding the game international. And maybe they're not wrong. Maybe the casual fan isn't going anywhere. But I'll tell you, I watch significantly less NFL than I ever have. I think the product is not nearly as good. I mean, we talked about it on Sunday where the quarterback play overall in the NFL is not nearly as good as it used to be 15 years ago. I think the product's okay. I think the season is crazy long. I mean, it takes a lot for me to be tired of football. And I'm at that point where it's like, geez, it's still going. So I'm kind of with you. And I will say the awards thing, I don't care about the award ceremonies. I don't watch them for any sport. I don't watch them. But I'm with you. They couldn't get the names right of the coach of the year and the offensive player of the year. It's like, did we not rehearse this? Did we not say, okay, his name's Mike Vrabel? Like you don't know how to say it. Like it makes a mockery of the biggest sport in the country by a mile, and it's sloppy. I don't love it.
So, Bryn, let me ask you on this front then, kind of another direction in the NFL. Then we'll move on. Bill Belichick, Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, did not get in the first ballot Hall of Famers into the Hall of Fame. Do you have any thoughts on that? I mean, seriously.
It's inconceivable that you wouldn't put Belichick into the Hall of Fame. And look, I'm not a Belichick fan because I hated the dude when he was the coach of the Patriots because I hated the Patriots. I hated Tom Brady. They screwed the Raiders all those years ago in the Snow Bowl. So that's where like the hatred of Belichick and the Patriots started. So I'm not a Belichick fan, but how do you not put the dude in the Hall of Fame? I mean, he holds records for the number of games he's won, for the playoffs he's won, the Super Bowls he's won, things like that. So, yeah,
it's stupid.
It was a very strange choice.
All right, let's move on. The championship game, Indiana, Miami. I guess the committee was right in regards to Miami since they got there and were close to winning all. James, good game, bad game? You liked the game?
That was a great game. That's the game I wanted the Super Bowl to look like. That was. Hey, I'll eat it. I was pounding my chest that Miami was overrated. I thought the fact that they were even in the conversation was a travesty to me. And I was as wrong as can be. They looked good. They deserved to be there. They handled their business. And that was a great game. I wish the Super Bowl had kind of mirrored that. Two good teams going up and down, good coaching, ballsy play calls. Mendoza, man, what a guy. I don't know how you don't. He's like a puppy dog. It's unbelievable. He just loves it. He just loves it. And then you've got the complete polar opposite in his coach, who they could score a touchdown, they could turn it over, but everything's the exact same. Just the same exact facial expression. It was a great game. That one was fun. Usually, the championship game does not live up to the hype, in my opinion. Usually, by the time that game actually happens, and it's on a Monday night, it's kind of a letdown. That game wasn't. That was an entertaining game. Great way to end the college football season. Indiana, only undefeated team in the entire country. Indiana football is the best football team in the country. It was great. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, but see, I think that right there, like the game was fantastic. Mendoza, the run at the end, the poetry in motion, that kind of thing. Like that was fantastic. But what you're saying, James, is Indiana just won the national championship. 2 years ago, they were like the worst team in the league. And I know it's NIL era and all that stuff, but the way that you can turn a team around that quickly, I think it gives a lot of hope to teams that have never been there before. Indiana's not the dynasty. Indiana's not the ones that have been in the playoffs. They're not in Alabama. They're not the Ohio State. And yet they went in, had an undefeated season, and just won the national championship. So it does show that it still can be done. And we've kind of talked about this before. I do think in NIL, dynasties might not be a thing as much anymore. You might have these teams who can put a team together in 1 year and then win the national championship. Oh, it was great. And Cignetti, I mean, dude's a weirdo, but So
I
fun
love
to
it.
watch. And Mendoza is going to look great in the silver and black. And
Oh, don't say that.
what do you mean? Don't say that.
I don't want him.
Why?
Trade the pick. He's not going to save the Raiders. The Raiders are garbage.
Nothing's going to save the Raiders.
We
Nothing's
need
going
so
to
many
save them.
guys.
So I want at least a good quarterback.
Nothing is going to save the Raiders, Gary.
Yeah, there's a new head coach now. I didn't even know we were getting a new head coach.
Yeah, you can't start with. We need too many other parts. We won't go off on the Raiders right now. Okay, well, I agree with what you said. The only thing I would say, I don't know if anybody would agree with me. I don't think that the champion this year is anywhere. This team, Indiana's team and Miami's team, I don't think any of them are as good as pre-NIL portal stuff. I think those Bama, Georgia teams are still better than the teams nowadays. Just the way they play, the depth, the whole thing. That's my opinion on it. But here's the thing. If you all, I think you guys have seen it, but next year's schedule for the college football playoff.
Yeah,
next year it's worse than this year. The championship game is not till January 25.
So bad.
So the first round is December 18. The freaking season ends November 30th or whatever.
Yeah, December 1st usually.
They went the opposite direction.
So the first round goes December 18. The quarterfinals, December 30 or January 1. 2 weeks later. Then it goes semifinals, January 14, 15, another 2 weeks later. And then the championship game, another 2 weeks later, January 25. I thought it was too long. I thought it's been too long the last 2 years. It just gets boring to me. It just stretches it out. And NFL is in full bore. And they're competing with the NFL. It's too much. I just think, I don't know what the NCAA is doing. They're nuts.
It's too long.
They need to compress it.
Well, you were talking about the NFL and some of the direction that it's going, and it really is getting to a point where the old, like, regular NFL fan is going, I'm sick of this crap. It's the same with college football. Like, we can only handle so much. Like, we loved college football. We love the game of it. But with everything that has changed with it over the last few years, even this year with college football, I'm getting fed up with some of it. And this championship schedule is one of the biggest things that I'm fed up with.
Stupid.
It's so stupid, and it's going to cause people to lose interest.
Plus, did you see? Go ahead, James.
January 1st used to mean something. That was college football, right? Like, it was New Year's Day. It was New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. And I get, like, we've expanded it into the playoff, but the other problem is, okay, now you're bumping up into, you got 3 rounds of playoffs, right when the portal's opening, right when coaches are taking other jobs. You've got all these different things happening simultaneously. I mean, you've got kids that are in the playoffs that have declared for the portal, but look at Oregon, for example. They were on their 4th string running back because, like, 2 of their guys that were on the roster jumped into the portal. Ole Miss,
they lost their coach.
Without their coach. I mean, it's gotten to the point where it's stretching out so far. I don't understand the mindset for it. It's like, no, shrink it down.
Add this to what you guys have said, is that, and this matters, is that the SEC is in agreement now with a 16-team playoff. With that happening, that's going to happen. And there is talk about a 24-team playoff. I don't see how it can go. It's going to destroy the regular season.
If you got 16, think about it.
16 teams?
16 teams, 24 teams. The season's going to stretch on into February.
I don't know what's going on. It's stupid. I know there's money. The TV networks are out of their minds. It's the suits. It's the guys who are going to make money. But I guess as long as people like us keep following it and watching it, but to me, there's going to be some diminishing returns at some point, but because this is just not good for the game. It's not good for the regular season. It just waters it down so much. If we get to 16 teams,
What's the? I mean, 20. If it gets to even 16, this
16's
season
horrible.
they talked about it. They talked about going to 16.
It's going to get
stayed
there
at 12. It'll get there next year. It'll
Yeah.
get there.
and
There's
then
too much
24.
money.
I mean, what the? Oh my gosh!
And then you're going, okay, like 16, the top 16 teams. That's too many.
Yeah.
That's too many.
Okay. All right, let's go on and get in some Ute news. After all, we are the Utah Football Fans Podcast, but we talk about everything. So, by the way, I put it on Twitter. I think I put it on Facebook as well. Scally had an interview in the podcast, See Ball, Get Ball by David Pollock. I'm just telling you, if you haven't watched it, the interview, watch it. It is, Scally is, dude, I'm excited. I'm excited and really hopeful. Did you see it, Bryn?
Yeah, I watched it.
Isn't that good?
Oh, yeah. And I mean,
the guy's impressive. And we already knew that. But, man, he's quick. He has a vision. And he did give props to Witt. I know there's some Witt haters still out there in the world, but he has much love and appreciation for Witt. So watch it yourself. But I was just sitting here watching it, and I just thought, man, okay, we're in good hands, and we're going to go somewhere. I don't know. What do you think, Bryn, on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's not that he's, how do I want to say this? He's still getting his feet wet as far as this whole media and interview stuff goes. You can kind of tell he's a more of a green new head coach and hasn't done a lot of these types of interviews. And that's going to come with time, with experience, with all of it. But what you can tell, and what is so evident in both that interview and his like introductory press conference that we talked about, I mean, the football knowledge that he has, and he studies and he retains information, and he can, like, the stuff he remembers, and he tries to get bits of information from as many sources as he possibly can, both the coaches that he is directly worked with, but then he goes out and tries to get information from other guys and from competitors. He's very, very smart. And what I hadn't realized is that Urban Meyer had offered him a job to come to Florida with him. And at the time, Kyle also offered him a job to stay here in Utah, and his wife was pregnant with their first baby. And so they stayed here in Utah. So I had never realized that he could have started off in Florida, and then this whole story would be completely written differently.
He
but
gives some history. It's pretty cool.
yeah,
Things you knew, but some filled in some spots as well. I'd just say watch it, Ute fans. You'll be excited. He's a great teacher. He knows what he's doing. The enthusiasm is going to be there. I'm excited about it. So tomorrow, James, enroll at the university, because tomorrow is walk-on tryouts.
I'll be there.
yeah.
So
James,
who in the chat is going to show up and try? And it's walk-on
I got eligibility.
Day. See if you can
Come
make
on.
the squad, so you can be the next Rudy at the University of Utah.
what would
I
you
would
try
blow-
out for, James? What's the position you'd go for?
I
He's
like
not
to
getting
think
a position. He's going to be one of those guys on kickoffs.
I could do kickoff. I can do this. Put my arms out.
Special teams.
Danimal 341. He's going for it.
Yeah, I like to think I could do it, but I would blow a hamstring out just the thought of walking onto that field.
Oh
No.
man.
Tear your ACL like my husband.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, have Jesse go try out. His
Yeah,
shoulder will
Jesse.
come out. His knee will go. His leg will go the wrong way. All that kind of stuff.
I mean, we all would. We're too old for that game now, but hey,
Even
if
in
you're
my
a student,
prime,
go
nope.
walk on and try on. I hope
It'll be
someone makes
interesting to
it.
see. I guess someone's going to make it.
It's
Unless
cool
there's
though. I like that they do that.
some
I mean,
must
why not?
guys
You never
who
know.
play in the spring pre-spring game, and then they think the NFL scouts are up
Oh,
in the
yeah.
stands looking, and it'll be these guys who think they'll go try out. Visions of grandeur and glory. Okay, so I don't want to get too deep in this, but obviously, along with coaching and administrative changes at the U football, we got a new GM. I think it's Joe D'Orazio is his name. honestly, I'm not going to pretend that I know a lot about him. I've read up on him. I'm not going to go into depth right now, but also Coach Shaw, he's now designated associate head coach. Coach Atuea is an assistant head coach. I don't know what the difference is between the associate head coach and assistant head coach. And then just new personnel along with the coaches and all of this stuff. And we'll get into it a lot more. But I guess with all this happening, for me, simply, it's like we're going to have to wait and see how it all starts coming together. We'll know better at spring, but we're not going to really know how all of these parts and all of this vision and how this all works together until we have the kickoff in the fall. Any thoughts on the changes with these guys? Or thought about it?
No,
Okay.
I mean,
I don't know
it's
him
so
enough.
unknown. Yeah. And there's been so many, and again, with like transfer portal and guys resign. I don't know if we have podcasted since Dampier said he was coming back. I don't know if that had happened.
I don't think we have.
I don't think that had been announced on our last episode. I mean, so that's great, but still, this stuff is so hard to keep track of. And really, we have a brand new coaching staff as well as brand new players. So I kind of, it's like information overload, to be honest. So we'll really start digging into it, obviously, in spring ball, and
get
then of
more
course
into it.
fall camp. But again, we don't know what the team's going to look like. We kind of didn't know last year, but even this year is going to be a whole.
You can look and see, but I don't know. We'll get into that as we get closer when it's pertinent. Who knows? Changes may happen then. But so maybe you did see this as well. So ESPN rated the top 100 college games of the past season.
Yeah.
And the Utah game in November against K-State, where we came back and won, what was it, 51-47? That was the number 10 of ESPN's top 100 games of the year. And that makes a lot of sense because that was unbelievable. That was fun.
It was great when we won. It was great.
The championship game was number 1, by the way. That's what they ranked.
So
Indiana, Miami, but Utah, number 10. Well done. The fact we won that game is a miracle, but
we do have the schedule also. I don't think we've podcasted since the schedule came out. I don't have it.
Schedule right here.
You've got it up.
And I can read some of it, but okay. So yeah, Ute fans, we have our schedule and I'm sure most of you've looked at it. Just James, initial thought on the schedule when you saw it the first time.
It's a very, very favorable schedule. The fact that we don't play Texas Tech, that's huge. I mean, if you've looked at Texas Tech's schedule, I mean, I don't even know why play. Just pencil yourselves into the championship game, Texas Tech, because if you're not there, it's a massive letdown. But outside of that, it's very favorable as far as rivalry game is at home this year. I don't have it pulled up in front of me, but when I first saw the schedule, I went, considering it's a new coach, new coaching staff, all the things, it lines up to be very favorable with the toughest of our games being at home and missing Texas Tech altogether, which is unbelievable to me.
Here's the schedule. I'll just go real quick. Brendan, tell me any other impressions, like what James said. But we start September 3rd. We go Idaho, Arkansas at home. That's going to be a fun one.
That's going to be a fun one.
And then Utah State. Then we go to Iowa State, which has been decimated.
Oh, my
Head coach gone. Most of their team gone.
They took everybody.
So we're at Iowa State. We go to have Kansas here. We go to Colorado. Houston here. We go to Cincinnati. Their QB's gone now. He's the dude at Texas Tech. He's
Sorsby.
Yeah, Sorsby's now the QB for Texas Tech. BYU comes November 7. We're at Arizona the 14th, at TCU, and we end the season here against West Virginia, who's going to be better this year. Mark my word, they're not going to be – Rich Rod will have them a lot better. But I'll say this, Brendan, tell me what you think. And James, I mean, at first glance, yeah, I agree with you. That is a favorable schedule. Should be favorable. But then on the other hand, I have to temper it because though I'm hopeful and I think we're going to be a good team, we're not going to know. So I can't say, are we going to have a favorable schedule? Because we're not sure how our team is going to come together. But it's certainly not. That is not a difficult schedule when you compare. If you were to compare some Big Ten and SEC schedules, if you were to compare like Michigan's schedule, I've looked at Michigan's schedule compared to this schedule, it's not even the same stratosphere.
Yeah.
So it's favorable for us. I agree with you, James, exactly what you said. Hopefully we can come together as a team and we can do something maybe.
It's fun though that we start off Arkansas at home. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
that'll be a really good test to see where we're at. But then Houston at home. Houston was very improved this last season. And then like you said, Cincinnati, new quarterback. Iowa State, their whole system has been blown up. So Houston at home, TCU could be at home.
But Hoover's gone.
Right. Arizona, that's a tough one. And then, and obviously the rivalry game with BYU, but we get them at home. So there's a lot of things in our favor. Who knows? Who freaking knows? But first glance, first impression is very, very favorable. The toughest games at home at Rice Eccles. So which is great. Which is nice.
I think starting the season with 3 home games in a row is a little
crazy,
odd. And the bye week comes early. And I think that's going to be a negative, unfortunately.
Where is the bye?
Like the end of September. So, or first week in October. So then that second half of the season is going to be just a gauntlet. You don't get any break. But what I will say, someone from the Big 12 must watch Utah Football Fans podcast because they changed the championship game to Friday night. And we talked about this, that having it on Saturday morning was a horrible decision.
That's so bad. ACC's there now.
I mean, yeah, so they must listen to us because it's going to be on that Friday night. I do like
Bryn. Let's say how it is. That was Bryn's rant.
Exactly. Thank you, Big 12. You're welcome. I do like that we are ending the season on a home game because the last 2 years we've ended on an away game. So I do like that we're going to get that. It should be the rivalry game, but we're going to beat our heads against the wall on that one. And I don't think it's going to change because Big 12 and Yormark has decided not to, but
it's so dumb.
Who knows? And we're going to have so many conversations about this between now and September. So, but it's exciting to have it out and something to look forward to.
And we'll know more about teams obviously when spring ball comes and we get a little more information the fact is not only there are a million coaching changes, there's the portal and all that kind of stuff. Most teams, you got 40%, 30 to 50% of teams, as we know, are all new. So so we look at these teams, who knows how it's all going to play out. A lot of them are in the same situation we are, and we're just going to have to see. I think BYU, though, they lost their D coordinator, Hill. That will be a factor, I believe. But I think they've done pretty well with retaining a lot of their players, other ones who graduated. You got to give them props for that, but we'll see. We won't know, but yeah, it looks good right now. So any other thoughts on Utah stuff?
Not right now.
All right. Let's talk some NHL, and then we're going to get to the Olympics. So let's do this. First of all, do you realize, hockey fans, that 70% of the NHL season is over? The teams have played 70% of their games. They had to compress so much because of the Olympics, because there's a 3-week tournament. So they had to play a lot more games in a shorter period of time. So 70%. So once the teams come back at the end of February, it's the home stretch, baby. And the Mammoth are doing well. I mean, considering everything. But let me ask this. Let's go first, James. Just give me these two things. Give me the assessment of your overall view of the league this year and the teams, just where it's at. Impressions or whatever about the NHL and the teams going forward, and then what you of the Mammoth, just in general stuff.
I mean, the first has been just how good the Central Division has been, which is the division the Mammoth are in. I mean, you've got Colorado, who I think they've lost 9 losses. They have 83 points already. Like they've cooled off quite a bit recently, but the fact that they're just the class of the league. So it's going to be really interesting to follow them to see if they can continue this into the playoffs. Wild and the Stars, just the top of our division has been the best division in hockey. The other thing that's really stood out to me is the Eastern Conference. I don't know how it sits right now, but there was a time not too long ago, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, where the entire Eastern Conference was above 500. So it's just the parity of the league right now is at a really good spot. I mean, there's still some bottom dwellers. So it's been a ton of fun. Every single game you turn on, you really don't know who's going to win, which is a lot of fun. The Panthers are in trouble. The 2-time Stanley Cup champion are a little bit in trouble right now. I think they'll make the playoffs, but they're not.
They're in trouble, man. They're in trouble. I don't think they're going to.
And so I think that they kind of they had some injuries. I mean, Barkov's been out the whole season. He's skating, by the way. I don't know if you saw that. He's back on the ice. Kachuk's been out for a while, but if they don't make the playoffs, that opens everything. If they don't make the playoffs, it is anybody's game to go and win a cup. So the league as a whole, it's fun. I'm super excited for the Olympics, but I will say it is a bummer right now that there's no, because my whole day is I'll do stuff, whatever, put the kids to bed, sit down, watch a show, and I got a Oilers versus Ducks game on till 11 o'clock at night. And it's great. So the fact that that's not happening right now kind of sucks. Ecstatic for the Olympics. The Mammoth specifically, this is exactly where I thought we would be at this point of the season. They're turning it on at the right time. I expect us to make some moves right after the break. I expect some trades to happen. Try to solidify maybe some sandpaper into our lineup, which we desperately need if we're going to make a playoff push. But what I will say is, looking at the two sides, we got to get that wild card 1 spot. The difference between playing teams like Vegas and Seattle, those sorts of teams, LA Kings, okay, versus the Wild and Colorado, like that wild card 1 spot is extremely important. So it's fun. I saw a metric today that kind of breaks down every team and their likelihood, their percentage of making the playoffs. And our metric as of today is we're about an 86% chance to make the playoffs, which is awesome, man. Playoff hockey at the Delta Center. Are you kidding me? Oh,
Bryn.
Oh,
it's already a dream come true to have the NHL here in Utah. So that next level, if we had playoff games here, I can't even fathom it. I mean, the Mammoth have been on such great momentum. I hope that the break doesn't then just tank it. You know what I mean? Like this, having 3 weeks in the middle of your season, that's rough.
It's everybody, though.
I know it's everybody, but I think it'll affect certain teams in different ways. It's kind of like the way bye weeks affect certain teams in the middle of college football season. Like sometimes it's great and you come back stronger, and sometimes I think it stops that momentum. And the Mammoth had such momentum going. I mean, they were playing fantastic. They were winning left and right leading up to it. It's been a great season. It's interesting. It's like, I think back on the season, they started so strong and then they had that dip for a little bit where we were all like, okay,
fire the coach.
It's over. Yeah, fire the coach. I mean, we're all such fans. That's fans 101. Exactly. And now we're talking about making the playoffs and that being a reality. It could very well happen. It's so cool.
So you're right. The Utah Mammoth, I think, and you're right. I don't think the Panthers are going to make it. Man, they're way back.
Crazy.
They lost last 2. I think they're out.
Darn.
Unless they go on a massive run, I just don't see it happening, which surprises me still, but whatever. But you're right. Utah Mammoth are the first wild card right now. They got 64 points. 1 point above the Ducks, though, in the wild card. The Ducks have 63. And then the Kings have 60 points. Predators at 59 and San Jose at 58. So
yeah,
it's pretty tight. And we have played one more game than the Ducks Kings and 2 more than San Jose. So that'll come into play. Here's the stat, though. You may not look at, which it gives me probably the most hope that we're going to have to hold on. We can't tank it. But if you look at the goal differential up to this point, as you were talking about the Avalanche, the goal differential,
I saw this
goals
stat,
for
dude.
and goals against, is there a plus 74 goal differential. The next team is the Stars at 33. This is in the West. I don't have the East here, but this is the West. 33 the Wild, 27 Wild, 33 for the Stars. Look down. And the Utah Mammoth, plus 26. We're
4th in the league.
4th
Wow.
in goal differential. If we can maintain that for this last stretch of the season, we're in the playoffs. And I don't see why not. We're getting Cooley back, by the way.
Yeah,
Oh,
I would
yeah.
Cooley back.
And I'll take a bit for him to get back. But yeah, and it's positive. It's exciting. Let's see if would it be Dallas who we'd play if we were right now, or in Minnesota?
Vegas.
No, we play
It's
Vegas.
Vegas.
Right? If
Vegas.
it's right now, it'd be Vegas.
We play
'cause we have
Vegas.
that wild card 1 spot.
That'd be interesting.
Vegas would be great.
Vegas has
we can match
68
up with
points.
Vegas. We can match
We have
up with them.
64. They have 68. So, but anyway, let me ask this. So you say we're gonna make a trade. I believe the Utah Mammoth are gonna make a trade or 2 or whatever. I don't think it's gonna be defensively. I think it'll be offensively. Personally, we got to get a vet somewhere. So do you think, and anyone in the chat, are we going to make the playoffs? James is a yes. Bryn, do you think we're going to make it? I think we're going to make it.
Yeah.
Okay, we're in.
We're putting that out in the universe. Remember, positivity here.
Give me. I'm not saying the player of the year for the Utah Mammoth up to right now. Nothing like that. But a player that is truly, how am I trying to say it? Not the most valuable player, but the guy who has really shined and made a humongous difference for the Mammoth this year.
So I'll give you 2. I'll give you 2.
James.
All right. So the first is the most obvious one, I'll say the reason I'll say it. So Veggie's number 1. I going into this year thought that last year's Veggie was a little bit of a inflation, was a little bit of a fluke. Personally, I thought he was a good goalie. I didn't think he was this good, but man, he's been the guy. I mean, he has stolen games for us. He's been unbelievable. The other guy that I'll say has been Krause. I think that Krause is such an underrated player because he's not Cooley, he's not Keller, he's not Gunther, he's not flash and speed and flying around and snapping the puck all over, but he does the ugly stuff. He goes to the front of the net. All of his goals are within like 3 feet of the goal. He gets ugly. He'll punch somebody in the face if he needs to. And last season was an ugly season for Krause. He did not have a good year. He has bounced back this year, and I have been very impressed The guy wears the A on his jersey, and I thought last year that was crazy. I didn't understand why a guy like Kraus was the assistant captain. I get it this year. You watch him play. It's not sexy. It's not flash. It's very similar. He and McBain play a very similar, very important style of hockey.
He's a big dude, man. He's what, 6'5"?
He's humongous. But as you go into the playoffs, you need those kinds of guys. So I think Veggie has been the obvious one, but underrated, underappreciated. Definitely Kraus. He's been pleasant surprise for me.
We lost your video, James.
James's camera just went out.
I don't know why. I didn't do anything.
Go off and come back in.
There we go.
There you go.
I mean, Veggie was the first one that came to my mind. Again, we talk about like the beginning of the season when we were kind of having that downswing. We thought Veggie was not going to be the starter. Like we talked about, he's going to get pulled. The other guy is going to be the starter. And then something flipped, and man, he has stepped up, and he's a great goalie to have at this point. I think Schmaltz is one who's kind of been a standout, maybe more surprise this year. I mean, his hat trick at that Vancouver game was fantastic. And I mean, there's a bunch of dudes. I think, Gary, you said, we don't have like a superstar dude. We don't have a veteran guy that like you've known his name for years and years. I mean, we don't have a Crosby. We don't have a McDavid, things like that, like these established players. We have a bunch of scrappy dudes, though, who are making a name for themselves, like Gunther and Keller even. And so I like Schmaltz and all of these dudes, and Cooley coming back. Like, it's great.
Okay.
Who's yours, Gary?
Here's mine. Yours. You know my guy, man.
I know your
It's
guy.
Yamamoto,
yeah, baby. I'm going to say it's Yamamoto, dude.
Come on.
I knew it.
The dude's like 4'10", in and out of the lineup, but he has lit it up. When he's on the ice, he has made a difference. I get it. Keller, Schmaltz, Sergachev on the back end, Gunther, the sniper, Veggie, I get it all. And yes to all of them. But the impact that guy has had throughout the lineup, because he was on the fourth line.
Yeah.
And then he's out, he's in and out. But then now I think he was on like the second line because he's got a hat trick. He scored like 6 goals in 2 games or something like that. Yeah, the dude has been a factor down the stretch to the break. So for me, pleasantly surprised, has been a absolute stud is Yamamoto. Daniel asked, what about Tanev? I'll just say mine real quick because we want to move on a bit. But yeah, do I wish he had more points or goals? How about a goal? Yes to all of that. But there's nothing like the energy, the hits. That stuff matters. When he's on the ice and maybe, you get into these slumps in a game, the energy just isn't there. This dude comes in and runs some dude in the boards. The players know, it, and you feel it, and it makes a difference. So I like his game. I'm hoping he gets some goals and some points here, but if not, I still like the impact that he has and the role that he has on this team.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think he's only got 2 points on the year. He's got 2 assists, no goals, but he's like a little Tasmanian devil out there. And when he plays
sweet, baby, I love it.
Of hockey,
he'll hit the big dudes.
And he's not a big guy. He's not a big guy, but he's fearless. He'll throw himself around, and we do need that kind of player. The days of like a pure goon, those days are gone. You got to be able to skate, pass, shoot. You got to be able to do all the things, as well as if you want to be physical, add that on top of your game. And that's the role that he plays. And that's the role he's played on every one of his teams. It is disappointing that he hasn't scored more, but he's never going to be even a 10-point or 10 goal scorer guy. Like that's just not his role.
No.
So I love it. I think that what game was it? I think it was the Canucks game. I think that was his best game he's played all year. He was all over the place. It was awesome.
Yeah, I don't think we need a goon, particularly in today's NHL. And the reason I say that is because O'Brien, he has skill. He knows his role, and he'll drop the gloves with anybody at the appropriate time. And McBain will drop the gloves when necessary. So we actually have two guys that, you know, if the situation dictates, we got the dudes. So I think that's a great mix on a squad. And let's move to the Olympics. But before I get there, let me just say this, and you can add on to it whatever you think. But Connor McDavid, for those who watch hockey, there's no one like him. I get McKinnon and how great he is, but there's just something about McDavid. He is the top of the league, because when you watch him play, it's just like unbelievable all the time. And I think, sadly, we just take this guy for granted, and the skill that he has. It's just McDavid. He's just throwing up points after points, and you dismiss it. But when you watch this guy play, it's just unbelievable. There's guys like this don't come around very often at all. So I would just say, hockey fans, enjoy it while we can. Enjoy these Olympics. He's the man. I want him to get a cup.
Yeah.
Because the fact of the matter is, if you don't have McDavid on the Oilers, you don't have Draisaitl, but particularly you don't have McDavid, the Oilers are a bottom feeder. I mean,
agreed.
They've made it to the Stanley Cup Finals 2 years in a row because of those two guys, primarily McDavid, which I think we've talked about this, James, is by the fact that Oilers teams got to the finals, had a shot at it 2 years ago, just shows how freaking good McDavid and Draisaitl are because of the other guys on the squad. I know some Oilers fans may not like that, but whatever. Let's get to all right. Oh, and by the way, today, I know it's group play, but the women's hockey team kicked the crap out of Canada, 5-0, as it should be. Let's go.
Go America.
Right. America, baby.
Someone said it in the chat. The Mammoth have 4 players in the Olympics in hockey. You got Keller on the U.S., Veggie for Czechia, however they say it, Peterka, Team Germany, and Mata on Finland. So keep an eye out on those guys.
So cool.
Sweet, man. I'm excited about it. Did you see this? I know James did. I don't know. You saw it, Bryn, where Kucherov from the Lightning, Russian, he said, unfortunately, without Team Russia in the Olympics, it's really not best on best without Team Russia.
He's right.
When I first heard it, I go, okay, whatever. And then if you're honest with yourself and you actually look at a projected Russian team, there's some truth to that. It is such a shame that we as hockey fans don't have Team Russia.
It's a joke
in this
mix.
Can
you imagine their
You
team?
look at the players they have, and they would be
the goaltending alone, dude.
Yeah, the goaltending and just the talent. So, all right, Olympics, road to gold. Do you know, James? Do you have just off the top of your head the how the tournament works?
Yeah, so it kicks off tomorrow.
We start tomorrow.
We start tomorrow. The U.S. doesn't play till Thursday, so we play Thursday versus Latvia on Thursday at 1:00. So there's what is it? 3 groups? Yeah, there's 3 groups. We're Group C, and then it becomes a bracket. So the teams with the highest points move to the bracket. That's basically how it's going to work. Out of the group stages, I personally think the funnest group to watch is going to be Group B. I don't think that there's going to be much. I think Group A goes Canada pretty easy. Group C, I think, goes to the U.S. pretty easy. But Group B, man, they got Finland, Slovakia, and Sweden. I think Sweden's a little bit of a wagon. I'm a little bit scared of Sweden, personally. Not enough people are talking about them. So you play everybody in your group, gather the points, then you move on to the knockout, the elimination stage. If I'm a betting man...
Hold that for a second. We'll give our picks. Don't say it yet.
Okay.
But you're right. So there's group play, ABC, 4 teams in each group, and everybody in the group plays each other. And so what happens is, so you basically you're playing for the seeding in the quarterfinals or whatever.
Yeah.
The top three, the winners of each group, and then the next team with the most points have a bye in the quarterfinals. And then the rest of teams, I guess on points, will play each other to determine then who goes into the next round. And then it's all elimination.
Yeah.
When it gets to that point. But yeah, you mentioned Group C is the United States with Germany, Latvia, Denmark. We're going to win that. There's no excuse. We should win that group. You're right. Group B, Finland, Sweden, Slovakia, Italy. Sweden's going to win the group, though.
I think so, too. Sweden's good, man.
Sweden is good. And then Canada, Group A, Switzerland, Czechia, and France. Canada will win that. So, do you know here? I think rules are similar to the NHL. The only rule that bugs me is there's no fighting.
No fighting is a joke.
You get ejected, and that is a joke. That is so soft.
That's not hockey. You gotta let them fight. It's hockey. Go.
Pathetic. It's European hockey if you can't fight.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's disappointing. I have pulled up as far as like the United States. Let me ask you. So our goalies are Hellebuck, Ottinger, and Swayman. You confident in those guys?
No. Based off of how each one of them have been playing this year in the NHL, no. I think Hellebuck's the best on a year-to-year basis. That's probably who we're going with.
I don't know, man. I don't.
You know, I think Ottinger can get really hot. So can Swayman. I mean, all three of them have their moments.
You say that, but like all three of them have had killer years. I mean, Hellebuck last year.
Yeah. But this year,
did well this year, though.
Going off of this season, now Hellebuck doesn't have a whole lot of help in front of him, so that doesn't help. I still think he's our guy. But that is a major concern for me. However, look at Canada. Canada's
Bennington.
Yeah, Canada's goaltending. It scares me. Texas Mike, I like Ottinger, especially when he's wearing that Team USA jersey, but he has not been great this year. He's been good. He has not been the guy head and shoulders, in my opinion. And the numbers bear that out too.
So, man, yeah, you look at our D core. Hannafin, Vegas, Quinn Hughes.
Love Quinn Hughes.
McAvoy's
Slavin
from the Hurricanes. Werenski, Blue Jackets. Faber, the Wild. Yeah, we got a good. I mean, our team is good.
Here's a question for you, Gary.
I saw where Jack Hughes was projected to be on the fourth line. That is, I don't even know how that works, man.
I get it. Here's why. Here's my thought. If the Olympics are anything like the Four Nations, and you look at like a Team Canada who's big and heavy, even though there's no fighting, you can still hit and be physical.
Oh yeah.
A guy like Jack Hughes, Clayton Keller, they're small guys. They tend to get washed out in big, heavy kind of hockey. So if this pattern follows like it did the Four Nations, I can see why a guy like Jack Hughes is going to be a fourth line guy. Because his skill set is speed, space, zipping around. If you're getting hit by Tom Wilson every freaking shift, it doesn't work. So we'll see if that follows. I still think the projection I saw was that Keller's likely going to be a healthy scratch in the first game, which is a major bummer. I bet he still gets to play.
There's a lot of hockey, though.
There'll be some rotations. He'll see the ice. It'll be fun to see him. I'm still pissed that I can't get a Clayton Keller jersey at the team store. I think it's an absolute joke.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Delta Center. I don't care that they're Nike and you're Fanatics. What a freaking missed opportunity. Bryn, that can be my rant for the day. The fact that we have
all of the guys, all four should have their team jerseys.
Or cool. You're telling me you can't get a Veggie Czechia jersey, an Oli Mata jersey, cool. a JJ Paterka Team Germany, and a Clayton Keller Team USA number 91 in our team store that is the store for our teams, and our guys are in the Olympics who are representing their country, and we can't get Clayton Keller jerseys in there because they're Nike or whatever the excuses that you're going to come up with. What a joke. What a missed opportunity. I think it's so pathetic. I would have bought one. I would have spent $300 without even thinking about it. My wife's watching this. I would have done it, honey. I'm totally lying. I would not have done it.
Oh yeah, I would have done it.
But it's really a bummer to me. Here's my question, Gary. Here you go. Matthews is the captain of the Team USA. What's your thoughts on that? I'll hang up and listen.
I don't think so, man. I wouldn't make him the captain. I don't think he's been. No.
How do you reward the dude who left McDavid wide open in the Four Nations final game? That was on Matthews. He left McDavid wide open, and then you name him the captain again?
You're not wrong.
I would have gone, honestly, there's nobody like Tkachuk, Matthew Tkachuk. I'm not a fan of Matthew Tkachuk. The Tkachuk brothers in the NHL games, I want them to get lit up every freaking game. Knocked out. They bring it. I want it to go their way. Now they're Team USA, so I'm all in. I think Matthew Tkachuk or Charlie McAvoy would have been better picks than the guy.
My thing with Matthews,
Ragdoll. That's our nickname for.
I think Matthews is unbelievably talented. There's no question with that. The guy is he's a top 5 player in the league. Okay, great. But yeah, the leadership. Just because he's the best player doesn't make him the best leader. I have no idea what he's like behind closed doors. I have no clue what he's like with the teammates and all that stuff. But I'm with you. I want a guy who comes to set the tone. I want a guy that when they're interviewed, I mean, I saw the interview with Brady Tkachuk today and how we're talking about playing for Team USA. And it's like the greatest honor of his entire life is to put on the Team USA jersey and what that means to him. I'm with you, man. I hate the Tkachuks. When they come to the Delta Center, I boo them like you wouldn't believe. I can't stand them. What I love for them to have a Mammoth sweater on one day. Oh, baby. Oh, my gosh. Yes. When they got Team USA on, I'm all in. So I'm with you. I think that right. McAvoy,
yeah. Okay, that's
Chuck,
good.
Someone like that. But
we'll bring this to an end. But let me the Olympic rink, 200 by 100. Tony, as I understand it, this rink it's actually more close to NHL rink.
Smaller.
It's 85 width, which is the NHL. It's supposed to be 200 or 185 or whatever it is in the NHL, but they're actually 3 feet short of NHL dimensions.
I don't know
in this
how
rink.
Did that.
3 feet short, so it's going to be 3 feet shorter in the neutral zone, not at the end boards. They're going to have to. It's 3 feet shorter. So this rink, the rink they're playing on, or the rinks, I guess it's just one rink, but is more to the dimensions of the NHL, but actually 3 feet shorter in length. All right. Is that right? I think I'm right on that.
Yeah,
James.
That's what I heard too. So.
All right, let's talk. Who wins gold, baby? Give me your top 1, 2, or 3.
Merca, baby. Please just give me USA Canada in the final. I'm afraid that Sweden's gonna spoil it for somebody because that team is just unbelievable. I'm afraid that Sweden's gonna knock us out and we'll be playing for bronze. That's my fear.
Yeah.
I think Canada wins gold until someone knocks Goliath out. They're the beast. So I think it's Canada 1. I'll say it USA silver, and then Sweden bronze. That's probably how it's going to end up.
All right, Bryn, lay it out for us.
Canada's winning gold. I mean, as awesome as it would be to have the US win gold, I don't know how we can do it with that Canadian team. And I mean, we've mentioned Sweden enough. We looked at their roster
They're so
the other day, and my gosh, that
they're
team
good. They're better than Four Nations.
Oh, yes. Like the dudes on that team. It's every name you know of in the NHL is on Sweden's team. So if we can get into that gold medal game against Canada, that'd be amazing. But I think Sweden is going to be a force. So
they're also dang handsome too.
I know it, man. Those Swedes, they're good.
We have the hottest players, Bryn. What country has the hottest players?
Sweden.
Laid it on us.
Sweden.
What?
Yeah. Sweden. I mean, Henrik Lundqvist is Swedish. That's all you have to say. He doesn't play anymore, but that's all you have to say. But I mean, Sweden. I think it's going to be Canada, Sweden, silver, and U.S. bronze.
Well, I can be a homer, USA, but let's be real. Canada, I don't see how they're going to be.
Crosby's a third liner on Canada. Sidney Crosby is third line. That's how good they are.
What is it? The three centers? You've got McDavid on one line, McKinnon on a second line, Crosby on a third line center.
That's how good they are.
So, and then I forgot who the fourth line. So I'm going Canada. Now, here's the thing. Sweden is freaking good. I think what's important is how the semifinals play out. See, so say the semifinals is Canada and Sweden, USA and somebody.
Be great.
Then we're in the final against Canada. We'll see what happens. That's how this is my scenario. If we go that direction, we'll be in the final. If we have to play Sweden in the semifinals, I'm not feeling good about it. When I was looking at their lineup, they're good too. They're really stacked, and Swedes, man.
But Canada's winning, so it's like it.
I just want to get there and just see what happens. You never know.
See what happens.
Yeah, you never know.
The one game thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The four nations really set up that we can play with them. Our team can play with anybody in the world. It's just you got to finish it. And Canada they are the best team in the world until someone knocks them off. That simple.
That's it.
Man.
All right. Anything else, y'all?
No, enjoy the Olympics. They're fun to watch. And see, James, you don't have hockey to turn on, but you just turn on the Olympics every night and
go watch some figure skating
every morning and afternoon. You got
always something to watch. It's great.
I watched curling today. I watched us lose to Sweden in curling today. Embarrassing. You can't lose.
I was watching
shuffleboard on ice. I don't get it.
I was watching the women's alpine downhill, and they're going 75 miles an hour down the mountain. A couple girls wiped out. I mean, it's wild.
I love it.
Go Utes, huh? We'll stay in touch. Make sure you're subscribed, following along.
Go Mammoth. We'll talk.